Hi beautiful ones, how do you like the new revamped look for my readings here, for the Divine Lovers readings? Those of you who know me know that I'm also a cabaret and burlesque performer, and at the moment not able to perform in any kind of public sphere. So I had the idea to do these videos in costume, so I can still connect with that side of myself, and I may continue to do that. I like to think it adds a little something, adds a bit of my my authentic personality to it. It definitely helps me feel a little bit more confident. Hopefully makes it a bit more interesting for you. Also, yeah, those of you who have been following me know that I've taken a little break from the readings for a few reasons. Don't necessarily need to go into them, but I'd like to give it a go again. See if I can connect with the divine masculine and divine feminine energies. And this will go up on Facebook, on YouTube, and I'm looking into a website. Hopefully that's something I can achieve quite soon. But anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I hope that there is something this video for you. So I'm back with the Wildwood Tarot, and just never sure where to look. This is the card for the divine masculine, and this one I remember used to come up so much. So there hasn't been interesting for the divine masculine energy. There hasn't been a kind of huge shift in energies, if that makes sense. This has been his state for quite a few months now, and I'll get back into that in a minute. And this is the divine feminine, the Eight of Bows. Quite interesting. I wasn't sure with this one, but it is kind of making some sense to me. I don't have enough hands. I'm going to go into this one first. There is something about the divine masculine stuck in karma, in a karmic cycle, and a sense of retreat. And this is, it's been many months, and I know myself, I felt connecting with my counterparts has been quite difficult. And I think one of the reasons perhaps I wasn't able to do the cards and the readings, because I felt there wasn't kind of new energies or information coming through, and I kind of felt like I would just be kind of saying the same thing over and over. And this is making a bit more sense to me now. But this is deep, this is deep, says healing. This is deep soul level kind of healing. It's a mini death in a way. It's the death of the ego, the death of the karmic cycles, and it's a sacrifice. He's chosen to do this, and it's for his divine feminine, and it's for his family, and also this card is also about healing. And what I find is quite interesting, it's very typical masculine to withdraw and to kind of shut off in a way, to perhaps not want to discuss feelings, thoughts, pain, the kind of those kind of discussions is to kind of deal with it on your own, where the feminine energy is to kind of tell everyone kind of what's on your mind, how you're feeling. Reach out to people, others in your family, in your circle. When you have questions, to try to ask as many people as possible. Try to find answers. I mean, obviously answers, but these are about kind of these. It can be like friends and family, but this is also about kind of people on your level. It's connecting with those and feeling like needing. It can also be about needing to heal, but needing to heal others, if that kind of makes sense. It's kind of it could be like group therapy as well. It's about wanting to discuss it, wanting to reach others who may be feeling the same way. Ultimately, you want to reach this guy here, although that feels, that energy is a bit him resurrected. So it is getting through to him, even though he may not be the one that you're discussing these things with. It is the right approach to. There's something about building this kind of this space environment, if it is about getting a group of people together. There's a feeling of home, belonging. It's a very safe space, and he wants to come home. He wants to be a part of this. He doesn't want to be on the outside, but he feels he just can't yet. And you may feel as, I don't know, maybe there's a feeling of guilt that you're kind of moving on with your life as well. Or it could be about that you need to, that now is the time. It doesn't feel like a lot of, the Divine Feminine needs to do a lot of work right now. It could be about connections with other people, or needing, as a healer, needing to reach out to others. There's something about inviting them in as well. But it's about the hearth fire as well, keeping the home fires burning, creating that sanctuary, that environment, surrounding yourself with the right people, with the right vibrations, the right activities. So this wounded man, when he comes out of this, he will be renewed and resurrected, but he will still be quite fragile. And he needs this environment to come into. He's like, he can't. It's like, this is quite, I mean, I said it was could be like a kind of karmic connection, but it's quite a kind of safe space as well. It's like he needs to go from there to there. There can't be kind of like anything in between. It's like kind of like a natural regression, and this is the Divine Feminine as well, and this is her in 5D, watching over him. Even if you're not, I look a bit like the Green Woman tonight. I didn't realize that. Even if you're not consciously aware that you're doing this, this is your natural state, and it is really up to him how much he wants to tune into this, how much he wants to accept your healing, and it could be protection as well, spiritual protection. It's quite a Christ energy here, and this can be Mary, Mother Magdalene. It's not easy for the masculine to kind of to feel kind of comfortable in this state. But I think with a kind of mother energy, he can, if it's approaching the right way, and you're absolutely doing it the right way. It's subtle. It's not, you're not trying to fix him. You're providing the space for him. It's about providing, but yeah, very much about providing space. If that means that he does need to withdraw, energetically or telepathically, in the way that you're used to, then that is trust that he's doing the right thing for what he needs. He also doesn't want to be a burden. But in the 5D and the higher realms, this is where you are. You're constantly in this in this state, and it's he needs, the divine masculine needs the feminine. He just needs you to keep going. He does need you to live your life, because it's like he can't at the moment. He needs you to kind of do it for the both of you, if that makes sense. There are things that he just can't do at the moment. It could be creative things. It can be literally, well, we're not really supposed to be going out socializing with friends, but just that kind of, it's like, if you're enjoying yourself, whatever that is, he will feel that. How's that going? Is that making sense? Is that making sense to everyone? Just let me have another look at the cards, and I'll just see if there's anything else I need to add. So just keep divine feminines, just keep going. Keep not pushing yourself, but if you feel like you're doing it alone, but you're not, definitely not doing it on your own. Yeah, enjoy that glass of wine. You know, dance that sexy dance. Whatever it is, he will feel that, and it's what he needs to fuel his recovery. It does. This is 5D. It doesn't have to be literally you sitting by his bedside, watching over him. That could be someone's situation, but that's not. It's not about both of you kind of being still. It's almost like there's a sense of opposites here. He's doing a lot of work for you as well, for the divine feminine. By being, by this retreat and being in this meditative state. he's, did I mention something about asking questions? He's going deep within. He's asking a lot of questions. This could represent a kind of it doesn't have to necessarily be a kind of woman, but it can be a goddess. It can be a represent a higher being, higher source, whatever he believes in. He could be asking questions. He could be handing himself over to this higher power, laying down before God, saying, I'm in your hands, I trust you now. I have it can be a sense of surrender, and it's not an easy place to be. And I'll just see if there's anything else. So this one coming up to 20 minutes. Yeah, it's quite the energies feel quite subtle tonight. Yeah, but that's fine. It doesn't have to be all spiked dramas and all this. This could be an audience. Tell your stories. Keep talking about him. Share what you can with people. They want to hear. There are those who want to hear your divine love stories, your twin flame stories. And there is something about twin flames. There is one element of stillness, and a lot of twin flames, their kind of lifetime has been about kind of searching for each other, for answers, for this kind of tribe, feeling like can never quite fit in, connect with people, a lot of rejection. There is an element here of stepping into I guess a sense of belonging. There is that, but what I wanted to say was stepping into your power, the old cliche, and it's like not having to chase after these things anymore. It's like attracting them to you. It's like the twin flame, whether individually or as a couple, can be seen as like perhaps the chief of the tribe, and they light the fire, and the travelers the way it should work is the travelers should be coming to them for rest, the weary travelers, for rest, for something to eat, for healing, to hear the stories, to share a sense of connection, community, all these sorts of things. And they shouldn't come in and try to kind of take over or usurp in a way, which kind of has happened. But it's like the twin flames, their light, their fire is shining brighter than ever now. And it should be integrating now, if it hasn't already, into our lives. Divine Feminine, you're not alone. And there are those who really look up to you and admire you, and who need you just as much as your divine masculine does. And it's like through them you can connect with him, and through if they need healing or guidance from you, it's whatever you do whatever you do anyway, but whatever you do that's kind of authentic, pure, from the heart, it reaches him. Everything you do reaches him, and he's doing what he needs. Trust that he's taking the time he needs and the steps, and he's just dreaming of, I'm getting all teary. He's just dreaming of the time when he can be, he can be there at the head of the table with you at the dinner party, and celebrating with all your friends. But this is just necessary at the moment. And thank you very much for joining me on this beautiful ones, and I hope it reaches those who need this message. And take care until next time.